Hello everyone, welcome to ASC Astrology. I'm your host and astrologer Blue Yazmin, and today we are going to be talking about the phenomenal mother moon, and our natural satellite is having triplets. Yes, it is having 3 supermoons in a row. Let me repeat that, 3 supermoons in a row, and this is going to be happening in October 6th or the 7th, depending on where you are, and the supermoon is going to be in Aries at 14 degrees, and then we have the second supermoon in November the 5th, and this is happening in Taurus at 13 degrees, and we've got the third supermoon in December that is happening at in Gemini, and it will be at 13 degrees as well. And so this is preceding the last full moon that we had, that was a lunar eclipse. So our mother moon is really getting to be quite loud. It is really urging us to do something. This is so powerful because we have the full moon, that's powerful anyway, but the super full moon is even more amplified, so it's going to be asking quite a lot from us. Now I'm going to go through all the 12 houses according to your ascendant, and it is going to be affecting a quadrant part of your chart. It's going to be affecting, of course, 3 of your houses. So get your natal charts out. Let's have a good look at where your 3 houses, the Aries house, the Taurus and the Gemini house, where does that land in your chart? Because this is where the super moon is going to be going through as it goes through the journey of really wanting to express something to us, and we have to listen. And it is really, I mean, you know, it's so phenomenal because we've had so many unique astrological events taking place this year, and a lot of it has been about letting go, and it is important, and it seems to be this ongoing message because we need to prepare ourselves for these new times that are coming, which is going to happen after the solar eclipse next year, which is going to be in Aquarius. And so we're having to do a lot of work within ourselves, with things that we need to let go, with our emotions. And this is Mother Moon. This is Mother Moon where she is at perigee, and basically that's what a supermoon is. It's when the Mother Earth is closest to the Earth. So we have, for instance, we've got the Earth here, and then we have the moon that goes around, and but it doesn't go around in a full circle. It moves in ellipses. So it moves slightly out and then slightly in, not in a perfect circle. So as it moves to its furthest point out of its the orbit around the Earth, as it's at its furthest, it's called the apogee, which is the furthest point. And then as it comes close to its closest point, that is what we call the perigee. Now that can happen at any point during the moon's phase. And you know, the moon's orbit around the Earth takes about 29 days. And so this perigee, apogee, getting close and getting further away can happen at any point during the phases of the moon. It could happen during the new moon, it could happen during half moon, crescent, and the full moon. And it just so happens that our Mother Dearest is just coming in closer at the point that it becomes the fullest 3 times in a row. And so this is very much like, you know, a mother coming in and checking on her teenagers. Let me just say that this is going to be influencing everyone, but those that are going to be feeling it the most are, of course, the Cancer sun signs, because they are ruled by the moon, so they are very much in touch with the movement of the moon. And then there is also, if you have the Aries moon, if you have an Aries moon during the time when the supermoon is in Aries, if you have a Taurus moon during the time that the supermoon is in Taurus, and during the time that the supermoon is in Gemini, if you have a Gemini moon, it's going to be during those periods that they will be affecting you because you have your moon in those particular signs. And then of course, if you have, because they're in the degrees of 14 and then 13 degrees. If you have anything in your chart that is of anything between 12, 13, 14, 15, maybe 16 degrees, these are going to be really influencing you, and they're going to be quite intense for you. So do look out for that. Have you got your natal chart in front of you? Do have a look at the degrees. See exactly where your natal moon is. And so, you know, I just want to talk about, you know, the moon getting so close to us and so fully lit, because this is like mama boss. This is the boss mother coming in, and she's, you know, checking on her teenage children. She's checking up on us, and she's ensuring, you know, she's coming in to have a bit of a look, you know, and a bit of a nose, and she's seeing whether we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. And she really wants to bring in these urgent messages, and she wants to make sure that we are doing what we're supposed to be doing. And it's a bit like, you know, if any of you are mothers with teenage children, or you know, or have had teenage children, it's that point where, you know, you don't want to go into your child's room, you know, because being a teenage, they you know, they're private human beings. They're growing up into adults, and you want to give them their privacy, so you don't want to go into their room. But then, you know, it's like sprinkling, it comes along. So, you know, you've got your rubber gloves, you've got your cloth, you've got your detergent, you've got your, you know, antibacterial wash, you've got your mop and your bucket ready, and you know, you need to go in. You need to go into your child's room, your teenager's room, to clean the windows, clean above the wardrobe, because your teenage child is not going to be doing that. So you go in and you wish you never did, because lo and behold, it's a mess. You know, you've got clothes all over the place, and you're thinking, what is that spaghetti bowl doing there with yesterday's spaghetti bolognese and then last Tuesday's fish and chips half eaten, and they're still lying around in the room, the study table, on the floor, and it's like you're totally disgusted. And it's like, well, you know, I mean, what's going on here? And then you go and pick up some pieces, and then before you know it, you're looking under the bed, because somehow all the rubbish kind of, you know, connects to what's under the bed. And you look under the bed and you think, goodness gracious, you know, what on earth is going on? What's this all under the bed? And of course, we know that teenagers put all their secret stuff under the bed. You don't want people to have a look, you know, especially your mum or your dad. You don't, you know, this is all your secret stuff. This is where you keep your journals, and this is where you put next Saturday night's party dress, and it's a little bit showy, it's a little bit short, it's a lot show-offy, and you know that mum's not going to be pleased if she sees you going out Saturday night wearing that lovely glittery, quite low cut, low dress, you know. And it's that time where you look and you get quite, you know, you get a bit worried, and you think, I think it's time to talk to my kid. I think it's time we need a chat. Or it's that time that you want to confront your child and say, do you want to talk? You know, or we need to talk about a few things, because I'm quite concerned with what I found under the bed. And it's a bit like, you know, when children are children, and you talk, you know, there's a thing about the monsters being under the bed. And it's kind of what I see as, maybe this is, you know, the anxieties and fears that young children are going through. But as we get into adults, it's that thing that we do with our emotions, you know, and things that we don't want to talk about, we keep under the bed, you know, we keep deep inside us, where people can't see, and where we don't even see, we keep them hidden. And so this is big boss mama coming in, the mother moon, saying, I just checked under your bed, and I'm not like what I'm seeing, and you need to sort things out. And you know, this is the energy that she's bringing in with her torch, looking under our beds, because we are like her teenage children. So, you know, this is really a time that we need to listen to the energy of what these super full moons are saying in these houses. You know, we need to take notes. This is a really great time to write journals. What is it that you're going to be letting go of? What is it that you're going to make room for? So we're going to go look through the houses for each ascendants and rising ascendants. And so before I do that, I just want to talk about, you know, us being a very, very new channel, and you know, I haven't really had the chance to really add some really meat into, you know, our video library, and I really want to start doing that. And I want it to be some kind of reference library that you're all going to be using to refer back to learn from, and where you can always dip into to keep learning and learning. And so, you know, I want to really start building up reference videos to planets and houses and signs, and I'm going to be doing this seasonally. And I'm going to start off with being in the Libra sign. I'm going to start off with Libra, the Libra archetype, and Libra through the houses, and then Venus being the ruling sign of Libra, and, you know, Venus through the houses, Venus through the signs. And when I do the planets and of course the signs, I am going in deep. I'm going to go so much in depth. I'm going to be looking at the crooks and crannies. I'm going to be looking at the mysteries. I will be talking about the things that we know commonly about the planets and signs, but I'll also be talking about not the well-known knowledge. And I'll be talking about not everything that is always beautiful about the planet and what's so fantastic about the signs, but we'll be looking into the challenging areas. We'll be looking into, you know, what some people might say the dark side of the planet. But, you know, these are all the things that we need to know, because we are all human. None of us are perfect. And if we really get to know our planets, these are our archetypes. These are what are that live through us. And so it's really important not just to look at the really wonderful sides of a planet, or your planet, your ruling planet, your planet of the 5th, 6th, 7th house, you know, your stelliums. It's really important, even more important, to look at the challenging parts of that archetype, of those planets. And so I'll be going through the nitty gritty. It's going to be like delicious layers of this chocolate box with loads of mysteries underneath, and you don't really know what you're going to get, but it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be so interesting. And, you know, with the planets, with the houses, with the signs, you never stop learning. Even the most seasoned astrologers will always go back to the basics, because every time you go back to the basics, you keep learning somehow. I can't explain it, but this is how astrology communicates. Astrology, the planets, they are like an abyss. They are an abyss of infinite knowledge that just never ends, and you just keep on learning. And if you've been doing astrology for 2, 3, 4 years and you think that's okay, I know the basics of that planet, I know the basics of the sign, believe me, there is so much more to learn. That that really becomes so important when you're looking at other people's natal chart, but yours as well. And so if you really want to navigate through your chart in a really deep, purposeful, meaningful way, you really want to deep dive into the planets and the signs and the houses, and just keep on learning. So do stay with us, subscribe, hit that notification button so that you can carry on continuing to get these little reminders that we've released videos. These are the times to come for ASC astrology. I think it's so important. I can't wait to get into the meat of astrology. I want to go really deep. And so, you know, Libra, Venus, next month it will be Scorpio, Pluto, so on and so forth. So do stay with us. Now let's get to the nitty gritty. Let's get to the exciting bit. Let's have a look at all 3 signs, and we're going to start off with Aries because it is the first sign in the horoscope, and after all it is also the first house for you Aries that is happening. But you know, we all know that Aries love to go first, so we are going to start off with Aries, and also because it is quite apt because the first moon is in Aries. So let's take a deep dive. So for all of you Aries ascendants, your first super full moon is in Aries, and it is happening in your first house, and this is probably the most potent and most intense and meaningful of all the super full moons, because this is happening in your angular house, the first house, and it does highlight themes of self, identity, autonomy, and your personal needs. And it does bring a really powerful and probably often volatile emotional release and a call for self-discovery. So the first house, it governs the sense of self, your identity and your appearance. And the super full moon here, it puts these aspects under a bright spotlight. So, you may feel a really strong pull to assert your independence and express your desires, potentially leading to a tension between your needs and those of others. And with the super full moon amplifying your emotions in the first house, which is ruled by Aries, and the planet Mars, this can manifest as heightened passion, enthusiasm, and a tendency towards impulsivity. So do bear that in mind, that impulsive nature that you do have. This is a significant period for releasing old emotional material and healing past wounds, and it can be a cathartic experience and allowing you to let go of what you no longer need and what no longer serves you. Now, instead of suppressing intense feelings or not understanding the frustration or the intensity, allow yourself to be open and transparent. This is a crucial time for healing and preventing volatile outbursts that could happen during this energy. Channel your fire, transform your anger or your restless energy into motivation to take action and create positive changes in your life. And prioritize your well-being and nurture yourself to find emotional balance. And do embrace authenticity. This is a potent time to shed layers of your old self and embrace a new, more authentic and confident version of who you are. And do be mindful of impulsivity, because while the energy is empowering, be cautious of making hasty decisions, because these are fueled and can be fueled by really intense emotions. This full moon is a powerful opportunity for major release and to step more fully into your true self. Now, the second super full moon in Taurus, this is happening in your second house, and this is it signifies a time of heightened focus on financial security, personal values, and self-worth, often bringing clarity and opportunities for growth in these areas. You may experience a moment of truth regarding your financial situation, understanding your capacity for savings and identifying any precarious elements in your money mindset. The second house represents your personal values and the sense of self-worth. So this super full moon encourages you to see your value as independent of external factors. You're prompted to turn your energy into tangible outcomes, such as improving your finances, making progress in your career, or accumulating resources that provide security for you. Your emotions can become tied to your financial well-being and possessions, and making this a really powerful time for emotional healing and growth around money matters. Do take inventory, do a practical review of your finances and your possessions to understand what you have and what you truly need for stability. Examine your mindset, reflect on your beliefs and habits surrounding money and self-worth, and to identify any unconscious patterns that may be sabotaging your success. And do align action with your values. Use the clarity of this super full moon energy to commit to shifts in your daily actions that bring you closer to your life, to the life that you want to manifest. And seek stability. Focus on building long-term financial security and a grounded, healthy relationship with money. Now, your third super full moon in Gemini, this is happening in the third house, and this is a period of heightened mental energy, communication and short distances, and this often brings clarity or breakthroughs in these areas. So this is a real potent time for clear and effective communication. It can bring, these breakthroughs in expressing your thoughts, ideas and truths, and make it easier to be heard as well. And with the mind-orientated Gemini in ruling this super full moon, this super full moon, this energy supports mental clarity and the ability to sort through complex ideas and thoughts. And there's a really strong urge to learn new things, gather information and engage in intellectual pursuits. The focus shifts to community and the relationships that stimulates the mind. So social connection and community is really important during this time. And you may have opportunities for short trips or journeys that prove to be beneficial, especially for your career growth. And you may have support and understanding from your siblings, and this can be particularly strong during this time. This is a really good time to write a journal. Channel your thoughts and insights by writing, which can lead you to new perspectives and self-discovery. It's a really fantastic time to engage in conversations, participate in meaningful dialogues with others, to engage ideas and gain deeper understanding, and learn something new. Take the opportunity to expand your knowledge base by reading, taking classes, or seeking out new information. And also express yourself clearly. Practice voicing your thoughts and opinions in a way that is heard and understood by others. And this is a really lovely time to connect with your community. Spend time with your friends and family, fostering supportive connection within your community. And also listen more than you speak. In the spirit of Gemini, balance speaking with a deep listening to uncover surprising truths. So for all of you Aries ascenders, I hope you find these supermoons breakdowns in your houses useful to you. And I really hope you make the most of these truly exceptional lunar energies. And if you enjoyed this video, do give us a like. I would very much appreciate that. And if you want to hear more from ASC Astrology, you can subscribe and press onto that notification button, and then you will get a little ding-a-ling to say that we've released another video. And I really do hope to see you in the future. Until then, take care. So for all of you Taurus risers, the super full moon is in Aries, and this is going to happen in the 12th house, and it represents a time of releasing unconscious emotional patterns and fears and baggage from the subconscious. Often this is with a push towards self-healing and introspection. The full moon, the super full moon, is a time of combination, revelation and release. And Aries is associated with the boldness and the independence and action and passion. And being in the 12th house rules the subconscious, the hidden domains, healing, endings and spiritual matters and unresolved emotional issues. So it's going to represent a time of releasing the unconscious patterns. And so this is a time of emotional unveiling. The combination, this combination brings the subconscious emotional issues to the surface of your awareness. And so you may feel an urge to release deep-seated fears, emotional burdens and patterns that have been holding you back. And it's a great time for inward reflection. And you might feel a need for privacy or withdrawal from the world. And there is this sense of assertive self-healing with the Aries influence. This makes this a kind of dynamic period where you are pushed to make bold and assertive steps towards your own healing and personal power. And the potential for discomfort. There is this feeling of discomfort that you may get because you are kind of moving past and things are resurfacing. And it may cause feelings of discomfort as they are brought to the light. And the things that you can do is to trust your intuition, listen to your inner guidance and your gut feelings to help you navigate through these emotional insights. And embrace self-care, prioritize activities that support your emotional well-being and provide emotional grounding, and do confront unresolved issues. Use this period to thoughtfully address any buried fears or emotional baggage that might surface up. Now, with the super full moon in Taurus, that's going to be happening in your first house. And so this is going to be the most pivotal one. This is going to be the most intense for you and the most significant of all the super full moons, because this is happening at the angular house. And it signifies a potent and opportunistic time for self-awareness and personal growth. And it's also the time to assert your needs for stability and security. With Taurus, this is a fixed sign. Taurus is ruled by Venus, and it's associated with stability, comfort and security, and a connection to the physical body and its needs. And the moon is considered exalted in Taurus as well, meaning it's very comfortable and a strong placement for moon. So this is an amazing place to do your self-work here. Focus on yourself and assertion, and you may feel a strong urge to put your own needs first, asserting your individuality and a sense of self. This placement heightens the desire for comfort and security. This is the sign of stability and security. So, it's important that you feel stable at your foundation level in your life. And it's a time to identify and release any self-doubt or limiting thought patterns that you're holding back, so that you can fully embrace your worth, your values. And, it is the time to seek or to preserve. And this can bring, with the super full moon here, it's going to really amplify the inherited tension between the instinct to evolve and the need to resist change. So you can become aware of repeating patterns, particularly those related to security, finances and drama, and make conscious choices to break free from these cycles. And, there are practical applications to take, for your personal growth, engaging in activities that promote personal development, such as learning new skills or planning for future goals, and be emotionally aware. Pay attention to your emotions, as they are very likely to be very close to the surface during this time. And make mindful choices. Be prudent with your finances and investments, and as opportunities for gain can be mixed with the potential for impulsive decisions. Do grounding practices, utilize grounding practices like using essential oils or spending time with nature. It's important now to center yourself. And when you have the super full moon in Gemini, this is going to happen in your second house. And this highlights a period of intense focus on your financial resources and your personal values and a sense of self-worth. The finances and resources, which is very second house. This is a time to take stock of your finances. Consider that what you own and what you can let go of, and network to explore new income opportunities. And personal values and worth, reflect on what you truly value and how you express your self-worth. You are now encouraged to identify limiting beliefs about your value and release them. And it's a great time to leverage your communication skills to connect with others and foster financial or professional growth. And be mindful about your spending. Be aware of your spending habits, as they may be a tendency for money to come in and out and go in and out quite rapidly. And the way to work through this energy is journaling. Journaling is a fantastic way to work through this lunar energy. Journaling and reflection. As you write, you can reflect, write down outdated beliefs about your worth or your finances, make space for new perspectives, go through financial review, go through your budget, possessions and financial goals to ensure they align with your current values and needs. And communication with others, talk to others, talk to trusted friends, family or professionals to get advice and new ideas. And this moon offers a magical opportunity to integrate new ideas and move forward with more confidence and clarity in your personal and financial life. So for all of you Taurus ascenders, I hope you did find all of these supermoons breakdown in your houses useful to you, and I really hope that you make the most of these exceptional lunar energies. And if you have enjoyed this video and you found it useful, I would really appreciate if you give it a like. And also, if you want to hear stuff from ASC Astrology in the future, consider subscribing and pressing onto that notification button so that you can get a little ding-a-ling when a video is released. Until then, do take care. Now, for all of you Gemini ascenders, this is for you. Your first super full moon in Aries is happening in your 11th house. And this highlights themes of community, long-term goals, friendships, with an emphasis on passion and independence, and also assertive action. The 11th house governs your social circles, your groups and your communities. And an Aries super full moon in this house, it can energize your desire to be an active and enthusiastic participant in these groups. And so you may have a desire for personal space within relationships and a strong independent spirit. This can be very amplified. You may find yourself as a natural initiator or leader within your social sphere, bringing a really fierce, energetic enthusiasm that you can share. And this is a time to really assert yourself in the realms of your friendship and share activities. The 11th house is about your hopes and dreams and long-term goals, and the super full moon in Aries, this can provide a surge of motivation to pursue these ambitions with boldness and courageousness, and also a risk-taking attitude. So do keep that in mind. And there will be a sense of emotional clarity, because the super full moon signifies a time of emotional completion and release, and this placement brings emotional clarity to your social network and your future aspirations, and offering insights into what you truly desire. You might find yourself passionately advocating for causes that align with your core identity, or becoming a consistent and loyal supporter of certain group efforts. There could be some impulsiveness with this Aries in the super full moon, the fiery action-oriented nature of Aries combined with the super full moon. There could be this emotional intensity, and that can sometimes lead to impulsive behavior, and this could happen in your social groups. So do keep that in mind. This could happen in your social networks, and your future aspirations could be affected by certain decision making, but it could also offer insights into what you truly desire. But do keep in mind about this impulsivity, this impulsive nature that Aries has, and particularly in this super full moon. You might find yourself passionately advocating for causes that align with your core, and so this is like the activist coming out of you. And so this is something that could also help you to grow. And there is a potential for focusing sometimes too much on your own needs or desires with your friendships and groups. But this is where, if you are conscious of the energy, you can create a balance, because too much focus on your own needs and desires within your friendship and cruise, it can create an imbalance. So, you know, do keep this kind of energy in mind. The strong desire for independence and initiative can sometimes lead to confrontational dynamics or reluctant to break free from established structures. But in essence, a full moon in Aries in the 11th house, it does encourage you to harness your passionate spirit to foster positive social connections. So pursue your ambitions with confidence and step into leadership roles with your communities. And this is also a house of manifestation. So this is a wonderful time to manifest in a mindful way, and you know, where you can take action with your manifestation. So if you have had goals, this is a time to take action with Aries in this house. Now, with your second super full moon in Taurus, this is happening in your 12th house, and this signifies a period of inner reflection, emotional grounding, and a focus on subconscious desires and hidden aspects of your life. So the 12th house, it relates to the subconscious, the spirituality, and intuition. And the super full moon here, it's asking you to look inwards and process hidden emotions and listen to your inner guidance. Taurus, a stable earth sign, this brings themes of senses, beauty and comfort. And this placement suggests a need to ground yourself, find inner peace and appreciate the simpler pleasures in life. This is a house of the 12th house. It's a house of uncovering hidden information. So it can bring insights from the subconscious, from your memories, or reveal things that were previously hidden from view. So this could be when information about yourself or a situation you were not privy to could come up to the surface. And it's also a period to release unconscious fears, heal emotional baggage, and find balance between your practical needs and your spiritual well-being. This is a time to find emotional balance and release. You know, you may feel a pull to focus on practical matters because it's Taurus, while also needing to retreat inwards to preserve energy and connect with your intuition. You know, engaging in activities that boost your psychological well-being, such as meditation, journaling, or spending quiet time alone, is a great way of nurturing your inner world. And connect with your senses. Enjoy grounding experiences, like simple things like cooking a special meal, spending time in nature, or pampering yourself with a home spa treatment. And allow yourself to feel and process any unconscious emotions or fears that surface during this time. Remember, this is a time that Big Mama Moon is looking under your bed, and she's shining a light through, you know, on these unconscious emotions. You know, these mess that we keep under the bed will come to the surface, and we have to process them. And it's a time to trust your intuition, pay attention to subtle nudges from your intuition, and trust the insights that come to you, as you know, these can guide you forward. And this is also a really important time to you know, not feel overwhelmed. It's a time to take a break and slow down to preserve your energy. Take respite and avoid rushing. You know, take the time before you act impulsively, as not everything needs to be done immediately. So last of all, your third super full moon in Gemini, this is happening in the first house. So this is probably the most pivotal, the most intense, the most meaningful of all the super full moons, because this is happening in your angular first house. And it signifies a time to release outdated identity patterns, embrace your individuality, and focus on self-expression excuse me, through communication, and explore new ideas. This is a potent time to reflect on who you have become and release old versions of your identity that no longer serve you. And it's a chance to redefine your personal style and how you show up in the world. And with the super full moon in Gemini, it highlights the power of communication, both internal and external. And you can find clarity by communicating your truths, exploring new ideas, and gaining knowledge. The super full moon, it's inviting you to examine and let go of outdated beliefs and thought patterns that hold you back from your personal growth. And this creates a space for new, empowering perspectives to emerge. This Gemini energy encourages mental flexibility, adaptability, and a willingness to look at situations from multiple angles. So you may find yourself evolving and changing, much like a chameleon. And this is a really good time to journal, reflect on your journey and write about the stories and beliefs you are ready to release. This could be very cathartic in writing all this down, knowing that this is all going to be released. This is a lovely way to, perhaps once you've written these down and you're ready to release, perhaps you do the burning of the paper over a candle and release them to the universe. And it is a really good time to engage in mindful activities. Read, write, and have meaningful conversation with others to stimulate your mind and to express. And the Gemini energy encourages the mental flexibility and adaptability. So this is a really good time to open and to shift in your personal presentation and the ideas you hold, allowing for a more authentic expression of yourself. So, my wonderful Gemini ascendants, I do hope you find these supermoons breakdowns in your houses useful to you, and I hope you make the most of these truly exceptional lunar energies. And if you did enjoy this video, do give us a like. I would so much appreciate that. And if you want to hear more from ASC Astrology, do subscribe and press onto that notification button so that you are given a little ding-a-ling to say that we have released another video. And I really do hope to see you again soon into the future. Do take care. Now, for all you Cancer risers, a super full moon in Aries is happening in your 10th house. This signifies a peak moment for your career, public image, ambitions, bold actions, and taking initiatives. This is all encouraged by this lunar energy happening in your 10th house. This requires balancing with your responsibilities to avoid impulsive mistakes that could affect your reputation. So, this is a time for career culmination. The 10th house represents the culmination of efforts, making this a time for major achievements, recognitions, or significant turning points in your professional life. This is the most pivotal house for you because it is the 10th house. It is the angular house. So this is the most pivotal super full moon for you in Aries, in your 10th house. So the Aries influence encourages taking initiative, setting trends, and embracing leadership roles where you can make important decisions and express yourself directly. Aries energy brings your public persons to the forefront, creating an opportunity to establish your authority and step into a more authentic and empowered version of yourself in your career. The full moon, the super full moon's emotional intensity combined with Aries' impulsiveness can lead to strong feelings about your work, which can be both a motivator for risk-taking and a potential pitfall if it's not managed properly. So do take care with that. You may feel a tension between your personal desires and the demand of your career, requiring you to find a balance to assert your needs without compromising your professional goals or relationships. So there's this balance between the personal versus the professional needs. Letting go and going forward. This full moon provides a long incentive to release anything in your career that no longer supports you or supports your career. And so, this is a time to support your growth, paving a way for greater authenticity and personal authority. So, there is this strong action-orientated energy of Aries, which encourages you to take calculated risks for your career and your career gains, but be mindful of balancing your instincts with the need for long-term success. Understanding, these key components is that the full moon, this is a combination of revelation, heightened emotions, and this is a time where things can get somewhat emotional. So do take care, and take care with your decision making. Now, for your super full moon in Taurus, this is happening in your 11th house, and this highlights a period of heightened emotions and potential disruption regarding your social circles, long-term goals, and community involvements. So, with Taurus, it's an earth sign associated with stability, comfort, sensuality, and values, as well as potential stubbornness. And the super full moon, it's a time of combination, revelation, and heightened awareness. So the 11th house representing friendship, social networks, community involvements, hopes and dreams, and long-term goals. These themes that might potentially manifest would be reevaluating relationships. You might find yourself more aware of who genuinely supports your growth and who drains your energy within your social circles. And the full moon, super full moon, pushes for an alignment of your long-term aspirations and community efforts with your personal values. You may get unexpected changes, they could be sudden, perhaps just sudden developments in your friendships and group dynamics. And you might reflect on what provides you with true emotional stability with your community and social life. The Taurus super full moon highlights attachments to these zones, and it can include people, places, and things that might be hindering to your growth. So do reflect on your values. Consider if your social connections and future plans truly align with your deepest beliefs and what brings you the sense of grounding. Prioritize supportive connection. Focus on relationships that uplift you and provide emotional support. And be open to change. Acknowledge that some relationships or goals may need to be reevaluated or even released or fundamentally changed for your well-being. Practice gratitude, express gratitude for the supportive people and positive aspects of your community, and reinforcing your gratitude. Commit to growth. Use this energy to make practical, innovative changes to benefit the things you want to manifest in your social and community life. Now, with the super full moon in Gemini, this is happening in the 12th house, and this symbolizes a period of release, the subconscious information, mental patterns, and inner conflicts. And so the key themes here is subconscious revelations. The 12th house governs the dreams and hidden aspects of life, of yourself. And while the super full moon brings these to completion and release, this is a time that suggests a powerful period to bring subconscious information or emotional patterns to the surface for processing. Gemini is a communicative and curious sign, so a super full moon here will likely involve analyzing thoughts, beliefs, or mental habits. This celestial alignment provides an opportunity to address unhealed trauma, emotional wounds, or old mental baggage that may have been haunting you. The goal is here to release the past and find resolution. It's a great time to journal and write. For those with Gemini moon in the 12th house, journaling and writing can be deeply nourishing spiritual practices that help you process thoughts and emotions, such as meditation, is extremely productive for you at this time. Confronting inner fears. This 12th house, supermoon in the 12th house, can bring feelings of fear or being overwhelmed by information, but be aware of this energy. And this is a chance to detach from the ego and see yourself through new lenses. And this period can be a catalyst for exploring spiritual realms and possibilities, allowing the release of what no longer serves you. And with communication being the key, use the Gemini energy to communicate your thoughts and your feelings, either through writing or by speaking with a very trusted friend. There could be a lot of mental chatter going on, and you may feel overwhelmed with this mental chatter, this overthinking in your mind, and there's a lot of mental stimulation, but there's a lot of stuff that you need to let go. But be aware and try and find ways of realigning if you feel like you're kind of losing the thread a bit, and find ways of grounding yourself. There could be tension between your desire to share your words, and then you have that instinct for privacy and isolation. That's very common in the 12th house. And so journaling, or even talking to yourself, or recording your thoughts is a really good thing to do during this time. It is a time for emotional sensitivity. You'll be heightened with emotional sensitivity. This is very possible in the 12th house. So it's really important to differentiate the between feelings and facts. And so for all of you ascenders, I do hope you have found these supermoons breakdowns in your houses useful for you. And I hope you Cancer ascenders make the most of these exceptional lunar energies, because that's exactly what they are. They are truly exceptional. And if you have enjoyed this video, do give us a like. Would really appreciate it. If you want to hear more from ASC Astrology, do subscribe and press onto that notification button so that you can hear from us in the future. Until then, do take care. This is for all you rising Leos. Your first super full moon is going to be in Aries in the 9th house, and this signifies a powerful time for self-discovery and the expansion of your worldview, and it's marked by intense emotions and strong desires for new knowledge and experiences and beliefs. There is this heightened focus on your thirst for knowledge, particularly in philosophical or academical pursuits. You may feel drawn to workshops, classes, or teachers or gurus to deepen your understanding. And the 9th house, it governs travel and new horizons. So this full moon brings energy to seek out new experiences and explore different cultures. And this is a period for reevaluating and potentially releasing old beliefs and that no longer serves you or your evolution, and your urge to get in touch with your personal truth and stand up for your ideals. And the themes of spirituality and wisdom are emphasized here, prompting you to consider your life's trajectory and what you truly support for what you need for truly supporting your personal growth. This Aries energy brings passion and a drive for independence, pushing you to assert your beliefs and pursue your interests with enthusiasm. This is a time to seek new knowledge and engage in higher learning, or seek out new philosophies that stimulate your mind, and embrace adventure. Look for opportunities to travel, explore your new places, and try new activities that expand your worldview. Define your truth, reflect on your core beliefs, and be brave enough to release those that no longer resonate with you. the full moon here, the super full moon, it's a time for culmination and release. So use this energy to bring your aspirations into reality, and take time to reflect on your on the larger trajectory of your life, and ensure that your current endeavors support your personal evolution. Now, when the full moon, super full moon, is in Taurus, it will be in your 10th house, and this is going to be your angular house. So this is where the moon, the supermoon, is going to be probably at its most intense and most meaningful. This will probably be a very pivotal time for you. And it does signify a powerful time for reassessing your career, your public image, and long-term professional goals. You know, the 10th house governs your public standing, career, and so this full moon, super full moon, brings these areas into focus. You are encouraged to evaluate your professional trajectory and how it aligns with your deeper long-term aspirations. This placement can illuminate how your comfort zones in your professional life might be hindering your growth. And the super full moon in Taurus emphasizes personal values. So the focus is on maintaining strong principles and building self-confidence as you make these changes. You may feel a really strong urge to make changes in your career, whether that involves a promotion or shift in responsibilities or an entirely new field. This celestial event can provide the inspiration to define a new version for your professional future. And expect potential revelations that give you fresh insight into yourself and your professional path. And while major decisions might be better postponed, especially if other transits are involved, this is a really good time to clarify your vision and take calculated baby steps towards your goal. Now, when the super full moon is in Gemini, this is in your 11th house, and this brings a focus to your social connections, your tribe, your community, and your long-term goals, encouraging you to evaluate who and what truly supports your dreams. Review your friendships and social networks. Identify who genuinely uplifts and supports you, and recognize who may not be truly invested in your well-being or your goals. Explore where you feel strong sense of community and belonging. The 11th house is about your connection to groups and humanity. So this is a time to assess those affiliations. This superlunation provides an opportunity to bring long-term goals to fruition. Evaluate whether your current path and the people around you help or hinder your aspirations. Gemini's intellectual and communication nature encourages you to have an open conversation about your needs and expectations with your social and your community circles. And this super full moon is a time of climax and release, offering a chance to let go of connections or commitments that feel outdated or draining for you. Now, this is a time to reflect. Use your intellect to understand the dynamics within your social groups, write down pros and cons if needed, and focus on energy on maintaining nurturing relationships that are mutually supportive and inspire you. And gently distance yourself from the enemies that are within your connections and your community. These can be a time that they show their true colours, and you can usually during this time, pick out the people that really don't truly support you, and they show their unsupportive colours. And be intentional about your aspirations and ensure your efforts are aligned with genuine personal growth and fulfillment. So all you rising Leos, I really hope that you have found these breakdowns useful for you, and I really hope you make the most of this wonderful super lunar energies. And if you have enjoyed the breakdowns, if you have enjoyed this video, do give us a like. I'd really much appreciate it. And if you want to hear more from AC Astrology, do subscribe and press onto that notification button so that you're given a little ding-a-ling every time we release a video. And I really hope to see you in the future. Until then, do take care. This is for all rising Virgos, and your first super full moon in Aries is in the 8th house, And this signifies an emotionally intense period for confronting issues of intimacy, shared resources and transformation, potentially leading to sudden revelations or fears around vulnerability and power. This Aries influence brings a bold, impulsive and passionate energy to the deeply emotional matters of your 8th house, and this can create a driving force for your profound transformation. And this is a time to face fears related to vulnerability and power dynamics and deep emotional intimacy, as this super full moon brings these hidden issues to the surface. It is a time to focus in on shared resources, finances, and deep intimate connections. And there's a desire to connect on a profound level and potentially a strong attachment of financial stability for security. This combination can indicate rapid, dramatic, and even sudden life changes, especially concerning relationships, personal finances, and emotional patterns. There is a strong need for emotional independence, where challenges arise when an individual feels restricted or controlled by others with these intimate relationships. And this placement can lead to leadership roles in areas of transformation, research, or areas involving shared financial resources. Don't be afraid to take charge and initiate changes in your relationships or financial situations. Rather than avoiding emotional issues, this period encourages confronting them directly, and seek out to seek to understand and express your deepest emotions to foster profound connections. Reach out to trusted individuals for support, especially when navigating complex issues of shared resources or power. Reevaluate your core values and ensure they are in alignment with your relationships and your financial goals. Now, when the super full moon is in Taurus, this is in your 9th house, and this signifies a period of potential inner peace, stability, and a focus on higher knowledge, beliefs, and long-distance journeys. This super full moon is a phase, and it's a time for illumination, emotional release, and the completion of things started during the new moon. And this is ruled by Venus. This is Taurus ruled by Venus, and Taurus brings a desire for stability, peace, and appreciation for life's simple pleasures. This house governs higher learning, philosophy, spirituality, foreign travel, and your belief system. The Taurus super full moon illuminates your philosophical views and spiritual path, and this encourages you to come to a stable and grounded approach to your beliefs. The 9th house influences suggest that it's an excellent time to learn something new, unlearning limiting ideas, or plan overseas travel. You may experience a strong pull to find inner peace by connecting with what truly matters to you, leading to a deeper understanding of your core values. And this is a period which is ideal for reassessing old belief systems and integrating new ones that better align with your evolving self. It is a time that is for expansion, but in a grounded and sensible way, potentially involving personal development and education, or thoughtful travel plans. Lucky you. Now, when your 3rd super full moon in Gemini occurs in December, this is going to be happening in your 10th house, and this is your angular house, so this is probably going to be the most potent of all the supermoons, probably the most pivotal and the most intense. And it does signify this powerful combination in your career, your public image, and your life goals, and marked by a heightened need for communication and a fresh perspective on your professional path. Expect a significant turning point on your completion of major projects related to your career or your public standing. This is a period that can bring new understanding about what you wish to accomplish and how you achieve it. You may be reevaluating your professional direction or reshaping your public persona. This is a time to express your truth. The Gemini energy emphasizes the power of communication, so making this a potent time to express your thoughts and your feelings about your career. And you are encouraged to sift through information, learn from others, and integrate new perspectives into your professional life. Pay attention to your conversations that you're having, as your social interactions and your connections can teach you valuable lessons about your path. So, this can be a confusion or a need to be more flexible regarding your goals. A high level of confidence or social energy might lead to some big decisions. So it's important to double check information and consider decisions very carefully, and trust your intuition, trust that inner voice to help you guide you towards your soul's purpose and navigate any uncertainties. This is a time to engage in activities that stimulate your mind, such as reading, writing, and connecting with others. And reflect on your career and your public image, and consider how you can use your voice to articulate your desires and goals, and be open to new ideas and perspectives. And this can help you grow and evolve in your professional life. So my Virgo risers, I really hope you have enjoyed the breakdowns of the super new moons. I hope you find all this information useful to you, and I hope you make the most of the energy of this amazing super moon energies. And if you did like this video, do give us a thumbs up, it's much appreciated. And if you want to hear more from ASC Astrology, do subscribe, press onto that notification button, and you'd get a little ding-a-ling every time we release a new video. And I really hope to see you in the future. Until then, do take care. Now, for you rising Libras, your super full moon is happening in the 7th house, your super full moon in Aries. And this is your angular house. So this is going to be the most pivotal, the most intense, probably the most emotional of all of your supermoons. Because this house emphasizes partnerships and relationships, and it requires a balance between personal needs and your partner's demands to achieve harmony and personal growth. The 7th house governs significant relationships, including marriage and business partners, and also friendships. This is a placement that creates a tension between your individual desires, that comes from Aries, and the need of others in relationships, and it prompts you to find equilibrium. You may need to be more assertive to maintain your independence, while also being willing to negotiate and compromise for your partner's happiness. The full moon, the super full moon, offers an opportunity to reflect on your relationship patterns, understand what you're truly seeking in a partner, and let go of what no longer serves you for your highest good. Be mindful of ego and self-esteem when working with business partners. Clear communication and wise decision making are essential for success. And reflect on how much you are willing to give versus what you need for yourself, leading to a potential shedding of outdated relationships and commitments. While emotions may be high, this period encourages you to maintain fairness and respect in your interactions. In essence, a full moon in Aries in the 7th house, a super full moon in Aries in the 7th house, is a powerful time to confront your relational needs, striving for balanced, harmonious, and authentic connection with others. Now, when you have the second full moon in Taurus, this is going to be in your 8th house. And the supermoon in the 8th house brings profound emotions into areas of transformation, legacy, and shared resources. And you may feel a deep sense to process hidden issues or deal with financial matters in an emotionally significant way. The Taurus connection to the supermoon, the moon exalts in Taurus, and so it highlights a tendency to hold onto emotional security and relationships, and sometimes to a point of resistance to change. So you may find yourself deeply attached to familiar situations or routines in your relationships. This placement can grant a powerful intuition to uncover hidden truths or feel deeply connected to others' emotional problems. And there may be a strong desire for luxury and comfort derived from shared resources such as inheritance or marriage, as the 8th house does rule these areas. This is a time for boldness and daring. Despite potential emotional complexities, this placement can also bestow a daring and bold disposition, allowing you to confront challenges and courage. Now, when you have your super full moon in Gemini, this is going to take place in your 9th house. And this signifies a period of emotional fulfillment and potential culmination related to beliefs, higher learning, foreign travel, and personal philosophy, enhanced by that Gemini's energy of communication and curious nature. This 9th house is the realm of higher wisdom, spirituality, and foreign cultures. And the super full moon in this area brings these themes to a peak, encouraging reflection on your philosophical outlook and potentially leading to insights or new opportunities in these areas. Gemini, being an air sign, is all about information exchange and curiosity, and this placement suggests that communication, intellectual exploration, and an open mind are crucial for navigating this period. Gemini's influences challenges rigid viewpoints and pushing you to consider different perspectives and integrate new information. This is a time to be flexible with your opinions rather than being overly attached to one way of seeing things. And this superlunation can highlight your dreams and intuition and offering you guidance as you navigate complex ideas and expand your understanding of the world. You may experience a sense of fulfillment related to past travels or academic pursuits, or you may feel a renewed desire for exploration, potentially leading to foreign travel. Your belief systems may undergo transformation as you learn to integrate new information and form more expansive worldviews. And you might find yourself more open to diverse sources of information and eager to connect with others who had different viewpoints, enriching your understanding of the world. Be curious, embrace the spirit of curiosity, and be open to learning new things, even if they are initially causing confusion. And engage in meaningful conversation. Listen to others, listen to their perspectives, and be willing to share your own ideas in a flexible way. Use this period to explore your belief systems and identify any rigid attachments to specific opinions. And pay attention to your inner voice, your intuition, which can help you to guide you towards your some new insights and understanding. So all you rising Libras, I do hope that you have found the breakdowns of the super new moon in the 3 houses useful, and I hope you make the most of this super energy from the supermoons in the next 3 months. And if you did like this video, do give us a thumbs up, it'll be much appreciated. And if you want to hear more from ASC Astrology, you can press onto that notification button, you can subscribe, and you can get a little ding-a-ling every time we release a new video. I really do hope to see you in the near future. Until then, take care. Now, for all you rising Scorpions, the first super full moon in Aries is going to happen in your 6th house, and this describes an astrological event when the super full moon is representing emotions. It is in the fiery energy of Aries, and it is transiting the 6th house of your zodiac, which governs daily routines, work and health and service. The Aries energy fuels a really strong desire to be efficient and take charge of your work and daily activities, with a natural inclination to initiate new practices or routines. There's a significant focus on health, as your mental and physical well-being are deeply impacted by your work and your duties, and this placement can make you prone to stress, highlighting the need for regular exercise, meditation, or other forms of self-care. And your mood and feelings of accomplishments are tied to your professional life. So you may feel frustrated by monotonous routines or a lack of independence in your job. And as this super full moon, this signifies a culmination or important revelation related to your work, your health, or services to others. It's a time for release and making decisions about how you manage your daily responsibilities. The Aries fire can manifest impatience, leading to conflict with colleagues or partners, especially if your actions don't meet their expectations. Be mindful of burnout. Balance your drive to achieve proper self-care, and seek ways to release emotional tension and switch off from work responsibilities. This placement can trigger emotional or physical wounds if you act impulsively. And it is a time to evaluate if your current routines and work serve your well-being and autonomy. Now, when the full moon is in Taurus, this is in your 7th house, and this is your angular house. So this is where the super full moon's energy is going to be the most intense. This is probably going to be the most pivotal of all 3 houses. This does emphasize partnerships, relationships, and commitments, calling for focus on stability and security and shared values in these areas. The 7th house governs partnerships, including marriage and business collaborations, and also friendship. And this super full moon here brings these relationships to the forefront, highlighting existing dynamics and encouraging clarity. And it is ruled by Venus with this Taurus energy, and so it's associated with this earth element. And so Taurus seeks security, stability, and comfort. And this placement and the super full moon brings these values into your partnership. This placement indicates a desire for stable, supportive, and nurturing partnership. You're likely to seek a connection that offers a sense of security and emotional well-being for both you and your partner. And with this Taurus focus, with this Taurus focus on material possessions and security, this full moon can emphasize how partnerships impact finances and contribute to your sense of stability. And this super full moon energy can reveal an imbalance or lack of balance in a partnership, pushing you to seek greater harmony and compromise. This can be an opportunity for significant personal growth within the relationship. And as with any full moon, this super full moon, it's really this emotional intensity that will be heightened. It's wise to avoid impulsive decisions, especially in relationships, as the emotional charge will fade, leaving you with the potential for regret. And the Taurus energy encourages honesty and integrity in expressing your needs and values within a partnership. This superlunation encourages you to prioritize relationships that provide a foundation for your growth and long-term stability. It can be a time to evaluate your relationships and set stronger boundaries to protect your time, your energy, and resources. Now, when the super full moon is in Gemini, this indicates a time of emotional culminations. This is in your 8th house, and it's a potential conflict regarding shared resources, intimacy, and deep psychological themes. The 8th house governs shared resources, debts, and inheritance, and deep emotional and psychological transformation. And with Gemini's influence on the super moon, this brings an emphasis on mental communication and the need to express emotions and thoughts, even if it feels challenging. And as the super full moon, this is a time of heightened energy, bringing situations to a head, allowing for release of what no longer serves you. You may be pushed to confront fears around financial dependence, vulnerability, or sharing your true thoughts with significant others. Discussions about shared finances, debts, and inheritance may become more intense or reach a turning point. This is a period that offers powerful insight into your psyche, your patterns in relationships, and your own karmic tendencies. This is the time to be more aware of the power of your own voice. You may need to have difficult conversations or find the words to articulate complex emotional needs. This phase encourages you to examine the quality and quantity of your interactions with others and to ask of what you need from them. And don't hesitate to express your emotions and needs, especially in intimate relationships and when dealing with shared financial matters. Use this energy, this Gemini energy. Use your curiosity to learn and integrate new perspectives on deep topics, transforming old patterns and blockages. And be honest with yourself and others about needs and desires, allowing for a more authentic emotional connection. And use this opportunity to let go of fears or situations that are burdening you, and to lighten your responsibilities. So my rising Scorpions, I do hope that you have found these breakdowns of the triplet supermoons useful, and I do hope you make the most of these energies. And if you like what you have been listening to and what you've been watching, a thumbs up would be very much appreciated. And if you want to hear more from ASC Astrology, do subscribe and press onto that notification button, and every time we release a new video you'll get a little ding-a-ling, and I really hope to see you in the near future. Until then, take care. Now, for all you rising Sagittarius, the first super full moon is going to be in your 5th house. The supermoon is in Aries, and it signifies a period of heightened energy and focus on joy, creativity, romance, children, and self-expression. You know, this Aries is cardinal, it's a fire sign, and it's bringing this surge of pioneering energy and courage and drive. And with the supermoon in Aries, you may experience powerful emotions and desires, making it a potent time for self-discovery and healing. This superlunation can bring in suppressed feelings and past experiences to the surface, so it offers an opportunity to reframe them and gain resilience. This 5th house governs areas of life that brings happiness, including hobbies and sports and games and leisure activities. It represents creativity, artistic expressions, romance, love affairs, and self-expression. And this house is also related to children, both your own and your inner child, and it can hold the key to unlocking past life talents and spiritual knowledge. And when the super full moon occurs in Aries in the 5th house, it creates a dynamic interplay between action and joy. You will feel an intense urge to channel your energy into activities that bring you joy and a sense of challenge. This is an excellent time for creative projects and self-expression, as you're more inclined to take risks and be bold. And expect your romantic life and desire for playfulness to be amplified. We may be called to connect with your inner child and heal any lingering insecurities and reclaim your identity. This fiery nature of Aries, combined with the playful energy of the 5th house, can lead to reckless behavior or overindulgence. So be mindful of this Aries energy. This is a time of emotional intensity. Strong emotions may surface, and you may need to be mindful of your temper and learn to channel your energy constructively. You might be confronted with fears or insecurities related to your sense of self and your creative path, but this is an opportunity for growth. And embrace joy. Focus on activities that bring you pleasure and excitement. Be bold. Channel your inner Aries by being confident and taking action on your creative ideas. And use this time to address any past emotional wounds and reclaim your power. This is a time where you can heal and reclaim. While it's a time for passion, remember to balance your desires with self-care and responsibility. Now, when you have your super full moon in Taurus, this is happening in your 6th house, and it signifies a peak emotional moment related to daily routines, work, health, and serving others, emphasizing stability, comfort, and practical needs. And the 6th house governs your daily life, work environment and routines, and the super full moon here brings to a head any issues or developments related to your job and your daily schedule and how you navigate your work-life balance. This house also rules your physical health and your wellness practices, and with Taurus, the super moon in Taurus, it encourages a focus on physical comfort, stability and a strong connection to your body's need. The sixth house is also associated with service, both in terms of work you do and your willingness to help others. And you may find yourself reflecting on roles and responsibilities and how to contribute to the well-being of others. And in Taurus, the supermoon seeks comfort, stability and security, and this can create a tension where the desire for security in your daily life conflicts with any external pressure or internal impulses for change, especially in the areas of health and work. Now, the supermoon in Taurus, the moon seeks comfort, stability and security, and this can create a tension where the desire for security in your daily life conflicts with any external pressure or internal impulses for change, especially in the areas of health and work. Taurus is a practical and grounded sign, so you might feel a strong desire to address practical needs with your daily life, your work and health routines, perhaps seeking tangible ways to create security and comfort. Now, this is a really good period to assess your work and your daily routines. Are they stable and fulfilling, or do they need chaotic, or do they feel chaotic and insecure? What habits can you establish to promote stability and comfort in your physical well-being? Identify how your need for comfort and security intersects with your responsibilities at work. Now, when the super full moon is in Gemini, this is happening in your 7th house, and this is your angular house. So this super full moon is probably going to be at its most potent. This is probably going to be the most pivotal of all 3 houses for you, and probably the most emotional. And it does signify a period of heightened focus on partnership, both romantic and business, and the need to release outdated patterns or address issues with them. The 7th house represents significant relationships, including spouse, business partners, and also close friends. And the super full moon in this area brings these connections to a peak, often highlighting areas where clarity or change is needed. And then with the presence of Gemini, an air sign that is ruled by Mercury, this brings a theme of communication, mental agility, and adaptability to the forefront. And this energy can facilitate to open a dialogue, help resolve misunderstandings, and foster a more flexible approach to partnerships. The super full moon often brings things to a culmination or a point of release. And in this context, it's an ideal time to let go of relationships, dynamics that no longer serve you, allowing for a healthier and more authentic connection to emerge. And this period encourages you to make choices about who you commit your time and energy to. It's a moment to decide what partnerships, whether romantic or professional, are truly fulfilling, and to move you forward with clarity. This super full moon in Gemini can highlight a need for social interaction and mental stimulation within your relationships, prompting you to balance your personal desire with the needs of your partnerships. This is a time to engage in conversations that foster understanding and address any lingering issues in your partnership. Reflect on your business and your romantic partnerships, deciding where to invest your energy for the future, and practice flexibility. Embrace your new ideas and perspectives to navigate challenges and strengthen your connections. And so all of you rising Sagittarius, I really hope you found these breakdowns of these triplet supermoons useful. I do hope you make the most of these energies. And if you like what you just have been watching, do give us a like. It's much appreciated. And if you want to learn more and listen to more of AC Astrology, do subscribe and press onto that notification button so you can get a little ding-a-ling every time we release a new video. And I really hope to see you in the near future. Until then, take care. This one's for all you rising Capricorns, and your first super full moon is going to be in Aries in the 4th house, and this is the angular house, so this is going to be the most potent for you, the most intense and perhaps the most emotional. It highlights tension between your desire for independence and your home life, and urging you to balance personal pursuits with family needs and emotional security. You may feel a strong pull between asserting your personal desires and attending to the needs of your family home. Now, This configuration can make you feel intensely emotional, prompting strong impulsive reactions to home-related matters. The super full moon shines a light on your relationships with your roots and your emotional foundation, and it encourages a re-evaluation of your sense of self within your domestic sphere. So this fiery Aries energy can inspire bold action towards your goals, but it's crucial to pause and ensure your responses are aligned with your values, not just emotional reactivity. And before acting on strong emotions, take a moment to consider if your actions are driven by true desires or by emotional reactivity. Channel the energy, engage in activities like journaling, breathwork, or physical movement to process and release this powerful energy constructively. Express your feelings and needs in a safe, supportive environment, especially if you're navigating conflicts between personal goals and loved ones' expectations. And while pursuing your individual path, don't neglect the nurturing of your home and your family, as this support system is vital for your overall growth. And use this clarity of this super full moon to understand what truly ignites your passions and to assert your individual needs within your personal relationships. Now, when your super full moon is in Taurus, it's going to be in your 5th house, and this signifies a time to release outdated approaches to pleasure, creativity and romance, and to embrace a more grounded, sensual approach to self-expression. The 5th house rules romance, creativity, children and self-expression, and with this super full moon emphasizing emotional release, there's a call to let go of negative patterns in these areas. The super full moon in Taurus brings a need for stability and desire to connect with the physical, sensual world. So you may be urged to find joy in simpler pleasures and to ground your creative energy. This placement encourages a deep dive into what truly brings satisfaction, moving beyond material or superficial desires, and to foster a sense of inner peace and security. So balance that inner and outer world. The full supermoon here often brings illumination to what needs to be released, and here it's encouraging you to go through a divine transformation within your personal life and creative pursuits. Explore artistic talents, find joy in playful activities, and allow your creative passions to flourish in a way that feels authentic and sensual. And focus on building a stable, emotionally satisfying romantic life. Let go of any relationship patterns that feels unstable or unfulfilling. And be gentle with yourself. As you release old patterns. The full super moon here offers a potent opportunity for deep healing and self-love. Appreciate the beauty in the material world and find joy in the tangible things. This is a great time to indulge in life's simple pleasures. Now, when your super full moon is in Gemini, this is in the 6th house, and it highlights the themes of work, daily routines, health and habits, encouraging you to refine your daily life and release old patterns and improve your well-being. This is a powerful time to review and change your daily habits, routines and rituals to make them more aligned with your true needs and goals. The focus is on your professional environment, colleagues, and the structure of your job. You may be inspired to find new ways to serve others or bring joy into your work. Health is a major focus here. This transit encourages you to be proactive about your physical and mental well-being and address any potential health blockages or issues. Gemini brings a new kind of mental flexibility, and you're encouraged to explore different perspectives, communicate your needs, and adapt new ideas rather than getting stuck in a single way of thinking. And reevaluate your routine. Think about how to spend your days and identify any routines or tasks that no longer serve you. Prioritize your health. Pay attention to any signs of burnout or stress. Focus on practices that support your physical and mental health. and find ways to express yourself effectively with colleagues and superiors to create a more harmonious and productive work environment. Seek a mental shift. Be open to new ideas and different angles of approaching problems. This is a good time to find balance between your mind and your body and let go of what no longer serves you. This is a release, focus, super full moon. So consider that what you believe in. Consider your beliefs, your habits, or even possessions that may be holding you back from your true well-being, and release them. And so for all you Capricorn ascenders, I so hope you all find these breakdowns of the triplet supermoons useful for you. I do hope that you make the most of these energies. And if you like what you have just watched, do give us a like. I'd very much appreciate that. And if you want to hear more from ASC Astrology, do subscribe and press onto that notification button, and you get a little ding-a-ling-ling every time I release a new video. And I really hope to see you soon in the future. Do look after yourselves. For all you rising Aquarius, the first super full moon is in Aries in your third house, and this emphasizes the need for bold communication, courage in speaking your truth, and a release of limiting beliefs around your local environment, and also short trips. It's a time of culmination during this super full moon in Aries. It's a time of revelation and release that brings your emotions and subconscious desires to the surface, and it encourages a bold, courageous and proactive approach to life, and it encourages you to let go of what no longer serves you to make space for new opportunities. The third house represents communication and local community, siblings and short journeys, and your general mindset. You may feel an urgent need to express your thoughts and beliefs, even if they feel controversial. This is a powerful time to speak up for what is important to you and to be heard. The third house can also bring up memories or emotions from your past. This super full moon provides an opportunity to release any fears, pain, or mental blocks that are hindering your ability to grow and expand. Pay attention to your relationships with your siblings, your neighbours and people in your community. There may be a need to assert yourself or set boundaries in these interactions. The mental and intellectual expansion that you'll be going through. Let go of old patterns of thinking that are holding you back. Use this time to initiate new ideas and to find alternative pathways to achieve your goals. Be courageous in your ability to speak on important matters. Your voice is needed, and especially for your own self-awareness and growth. And embrace release, acknowledge and process any intense emotions or painful memories that surface. Allow yourself to cry, reflect, or engage in creative expression to release these feelings. Plan short trips or outings to balance personal and professional ties, or to gain a fresh perspective on your immediate surroundings. And recognize any situations or thought patterns that limit your potentials. Use this energy of this super full moon to actively work to remove these blocks and explore new possibilities. Now, when you have your second super full moon in Taurus, this is going to be in your fourth house, and this is your angular house. So this is probably going to be the most potent, the most intense, and possibly the most emotional of all three houses. It does emphasize a need for emotional security and a grounding, stable home life, often bringing focus to family matters, ancestral roots, and the creation of your personal sanctuary. You know, this period highlights your relationships with your home, your family, and ancestral patterns. It's a time to nurture emotional security and cultivate a comfortable, stable environment. The focus here is to shift to what truly matters, that makes you feel safe and secure, both emotionally and financially. You may be prompted to reevaluate your priorities to build a more stable future. Taurus energy, it's tactile and sensual, and it's rooted in comfort. So this transit encourages self-care through activities like cooking and spending time with nature, or creating a peaceful home environment. And with this Taurus connection to value and resources, this super full moon can bring clarity to your financial situation, encouraging a grounded approach to manage your money. So reflect on your emotional foundations. Ask yourself what brings you genuine feelings of safety and belonging. Create a sanctuary. Focus on making your home a space that supports your emotional well-being and your inner space, and connect with nature. Now, when the super full moon is in Gemini, this is going to be your 5th house, and it signifies a peak or a culmination in areas of creativity, romance and self-expression, children and pleasure. This is an excellent time to bring a creative project to completion, or to see how your creative efforts are evolving and bringing you joy. Look to the culmination of romantic connections or overall joy and pleasures in life. This is a time to embrace your inner child and give yourself permission to play. The energy of Gemini focused on communication and inspiration in this house of self-expression encourages a deeper understanding of your true motivations and how you express your personality. With the duality of Gemini, you might feel a need to balance your desire for light-hearted fun and personal expression with a more purposeful approach to passions. Reassess your passions. This is a potent time to assess whether your current passions and social connections are truly in sync with your true desires, and communicate. And this is a Gemini's influence, which highlights the power of words and information, suggesting that conversation and new ideas can lead to breakthroughs and inspiration in your creative life. So my rising Aquarians, I do hope that you have found the breakdown of these triplet supermoons useful. I do hope that you make the most of these energies, and if you like what you just have watched, do give us a like. I would much appreciate that. And if you want to hear more from ASC Astrology, you can subscribe and press onto that notification button, and then you'll get a little ding-a-ling every time that we release a video. And I really hope to see you in the future. Until then, take care. For all you rising Pisceans, the first super full moon in Aries is in your 2nd house, and this emphasizes themes of self-worth and financial security and personal values, highlighting a need to take bold action to establish emotional foundations and financial stability. The 2nd house governs money, resources and self-worth, and when combined with the assertive energy of Aries, it encourages you to work hard for your financial security. You may find your emotional stability is tied to your financial situation. And Aries as a fire sign, it encourages bold, courageous expression, which can translate to a strong assertion of your personal needs and desires. However, the super full moon energy can also bring underlying conflicts to the surface if you've been compromising too much in areas related to your values. With this Aries in the 2nd house, you might be prone to making impulsive decisions, especially concerning your finances or relationships. So it's important to balance your strong desire for independence with a need for connection and thoughtful planning. And do take care with this impulsive energy from Aries. Try not to make rash decisions. This is a placement that fosters a strong sense of self-reliance, but it's important to also recognize and meet your emotional needs without relying entirely on external validation or financial security. This is a time where you can think beyond financial investments, investing in yourself, your skills, and your emotional well-being can create a stronger foundation for the future. Reassess your values. Use this full moon to confront any fears or patterns that prevent you from aligning your personal values with your financial and emotional goals. Practice mindful consumption. Be aware of your spending habits, as there will be a strong desire for resources, and that can lead to impulsive purchases. And balance your independence and connection while asserting your needs for independence is crucial. Remember that strong emotional connections are also vital for your overall fulfillment. Now, with your 2nd super full moon in Taurus, this is going to happen in the 3rd house, and it signifies a period of emotional clarity, particularly concerning your self-expression and communication, your mindset and immediate environment. The third house governs communication, learning, siblings, and short trips. And so while the super full moon highlights emotional culmination and release, in Taurus, this is where the Taurus energy wants that groundedness, being that earth sign. It wants to focus on values and stability. This suggests a need to ground your thoughts and express yourself in a stable, authentic way. It's a great time to break cycles. This super lunation encourages you to notice and break free from repetitive patterns in your daily thoughts, communications, or even how you interact with your immediate neighborhood and inner circle. You are prompted to make choices that shift these cycles into more positive and stable outcomes. The Taurus values practicality and tangible results. So this super full moon is a powerful time to align your words with your desired outcomes. It's an opportunity to clarify your vision for your future and make concrete shifts in your daily actions to support it. Reflect on communication. Examine how you communicate and where you may be getting stuck in the cycles of thought or speech that don't serve you. And express your values authentically. Make sure your words and actions align with your values and sense of security, especially concerning your immediate surroundings and how you are connected with your community. Release what's not serving you. Let go of any mental blocks or patterns of thinking that keep you in a state of insecurity or stagnation, particularly related to your daily routines and interactions. And focus on the simple connections. Look for the simple, tangible connections in your life that remind you of your inner strength and help you to feel more grounded. And be aware of your daily habits. Take stock of your daily routines, who you communicate with, and how you spend your time, ensuring these align with your life's true desires. The third super full moon in Gemini is in your fourth house. And this is your angular house, so this is probably going to be the most potent, the most intense, and possibly the most emotional of all three houses. It does signify a period of emotional clarity and release concerning your home, family, and roots, and encouraging you to communicate your needs, reevaluate your living situation, and seek intellectual alignment for more secure sense of belonging. This Gemini super full moon brings a communicative and intellectual energy to the sensitive fourth house, and this is a time to consciously let go of outdated emotional patterns or situations within your home and family life that no longer support your well-being. You are encouraged to express your emotional needs clearly and intellectually, especially in relation to your home and family. Consider what your home truly means and if your current living situation aligns with your personal needs. This lunation sheds light on your physical home, your family dynamics, and your sense of belonging. You may be inspired to reevaluate your living situation and consider changing the scenery or environment, and this may be needed to feel more regulated. The fourth house also relates to ancestry and lineage, so this can be a time to reflect on your upbringing and family history and to release any karmic ties or ancestral patterns that no longer serve you. Use this intellectual Gemini energy to write down pros and cons when making decisions about your home or family. Be clear with your communication, be honest, and be clear with communication to avoid misunderstandings and to address emotional imbalances within your domestic life. Take inventory of your personal space and emotional atmosphere at home and consider what needs to be removed or changed to create a more harmonious environment. And do seek stability. While Gemini can be restless, the fourth house seeks emotional nourishment and stability. Strive for balance between intellectual pursuits and the comfort of your home and family. So for all of you rising Pisceans, I do hope that you have found these breakdowns of the triplet supermoons useful, and I do hope that you make the most of these energies. And if you do like what you have just watched, do give us a like, it's much appreciated. And if you want to hear more from ASC Astrology, you can subscribe and press onto that notification button, and you'll get a little ding-a-ling whenever we release a new video. I really hope to see you in the future. Until then, take care. So I do hope you have really enjoyed the breakdowns of the rising sign ascendants in all 3 houses, and I really hope you make the most of this energy and you get to do some of the work. If not all, remember, Big Mama Moon, the beloved mother, is watching us, and she wants us to do the best for ourselves. I'll be coming back next time with Libra archetype and Venus archetype, going through the planets and the houses, all 12 houses. So do keep an eye on for that, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye bye.